There was the executive order about colleges and universities getting rid of DEI. And, DEI, people think it's about race. It's really about being anti-white, anti-Western civilization, and pro-LGBT. Those are the core tenets of DEI, what it's become. And so all this DEI stuff is LGBT, transgender, kid stuff. It's all baked in. But the colleges and universities are generally not complying. And hospitals, too, are not. And actually, this is a newer development that the FBI is investigating some hospitals. Allie, can you tell us about that? That's that was unthinkable in the Biden administration. And I think even in a different Republican administration would not have had the backbone to do that. But President Trump has, and credit to him for that. What kind of warning is this to other hospitals? How serious are we overinflating this to say this is huge?
No, I think it is huge. If nothing else, it's a signal to the medical class writ large that he takes this issue seriously. And to your point, it's not just a one and done stroke of the pen and we're all ready to move on from it. So yes, as you mentioned, a handful of hospitals across the country are being investigated for their continued gender reassignment surgeries or prescriptions of puberty blockers, et cetera. The time that's fallen post executive order on these issues. It's something that our organization has been pushing really hard as well. We did a campaign called Stop the Docs. We have a lot of really good information on stopthedocs.com if you are interested in seeing if any of your local hospitals are participating in these sort of gender surgeries. And it's based on insurance submissions. And I think the point that's really important here is, especially if you're speaking with friends or people in your community who may be a little bit more left or center left, who want to, like you alluded to earlier, pretend that not fighting the transgender argument is kind or compassionate. I think we need to poke those people in a nice way, to ask them to follow the money on this. And so when you look at the insurance submissions for these hospitals, they are making a ton of money off of these children. And this, again, we're today talking about pediatric.
Really?
So this is sub 18. We did a campaign a little while ago where we focused on 4 of the worst. And just these 4, it was Minnesota Children's, Cincinnati, Pennsylvania, and then Washington, D.C. These 4 alone submitted over $1 million to their insurance providers for reimbursement. And that's just the top 4. So this is a multi-million-dollar medical industry.
It's growing rapidly, too.
Rapidly.
Right. It was non-existent almost 10 years ago.
No.
And now it's multi-million. So
exactly.
it's a up-and-coming stock, basically.
Yeah. And then the thing that's most insidious is, of course, preying on these young kids, but it's creating a patient for life. So you are starting this pipeline of kids at 6, 7, 8 years old. Where
6.
It's as young as 3.
Oh, my God.
And 3 is more the indoctrination side of it.
That's what I was saying in the opening.
Base.
Are you sure you're a boy? Think it over. How do you feel today?
Exactly. The planting of those seeds.
Yeah.
And then by the time they're in mid-elementary school, kids are starting to explore those questions that have been planted because there are books in their classroom. Kids are talking about what they're getting from their devices and to each other. And they're vulnerable. I mean, it is our job to protect and steward them through this world, and it is just coming from all angles. But to get back to the hospitals, it's this new multi-million-dollar industry, and they're creating that patient for life. So someone who's 6, 7, 8 years old who's starting, on these puberty blockers or at least socially transitioning, and then that's the next step, you have 50, 60, 70 years of medical bills, surgeries if they choose to go, that far. The insurance companies and medical providers see dollar signs.
Right.
And until organizations like the American Academy of Pediatrics start to change their guidance, you can't convince me that it's anything other than that because the data does not support it.